warning is in place due
What up,
to
folks?
this large earthquake that occurred in
Tsunami
Russia
warning?
at 8.8 magnitude, the depth at 19.3 kilometers. And with this caliber.
Damn, look at that. Could you guys hear me? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. Could you guys hear me okay? Oh, look at that. Look at that shit. Oh my God. This is nuts. This is nuts, man. Anyone from Hawaii here? I guess, is this Japan under tsunami alert? This is Japan. 8.8 earthquake in Russia. Japan always gets these. Yeah, the earthquake was in Russia for sure. What's up, everyone? Oh my God. What's up, everyone? Hit that one if you got notified. Let's see what's going on.
And we want to give you breaking news because Hawaii is under.
Could you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that guy? Here we go.
And we want to give you breaking news because Hawaii is under a tsunami warning. Wanted to give you details of what's going on and what you need to know. Again, far to the north of us in the Pacific, there was a powerful.
So I'm playing a guy that he's explaining. Yes, you could hear him. All right. Just want to get that clear.
And we want to give you breaking news because Hawaii is under a tsunami warning. Wanted to give you details of what's going on and what you need to know. Again, far to the north of us in the Pacific, there was a powerful earthquake just a little while ago. As we head up to the northern end of the Pacific, that earthquake off of Russia, Kamchatka, Russia, that took place about 1:30 Hawaii time. A powerful 8.7 magnitude quake hit. And right now, it is expected that that has generated a tsunami, a Pacific-wide tsunami. Those waves could be on the way. And so the state of Hawaii under a tsunami warning. The wave arrival times, and a tsunami is a series of waves that will be arriving in the islands. First wave will be arriving about 7:17. Again, an 8.7 magnitude earthquake, a powerful one, can generate a tsunami of significance.
7:17. What time is it in Hawaii? Hold on. What is it in Hawaii right now? What time is it in Hawaii? Oh shit. It's what? Oh, Hawaii's earlier than us. Okay. So in 2 hours, this thing hits. In 2 hours. No, it's almost 5 in Hawaii.
Significant size. Now, we do have dart buoys all around the Pacific that can measure earthquakes and tsunamis that are generated from that. And so these DART buoys are going to be starting to pick up data on the size of the tsunami waves that are striking closer to that earthquake than Hawaii. And from all of that data, the experts at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center will be able to use that information and determine just how big a tsunami will be in our or reaching our islands. Again, the state of Hawaii under a tsunami warning because of that large earthquake that struck off of Russia this afternoon. And so once again, for those in coastal areas, be ready as we learn more about what is going on across the Pacific and what you need to do. We will have the latest for you here, both online and on air here on KITV.
Damn.
Are you looking for?
They're gonna get hit in 2 hours.
And we want to give you breaking news because Hawaii is under.
Breaking news at 5:30, a tsunami watch now along the West Coast. We bring in First Alert Chief Meteorologist Nick Marianos to break this down. Nick, what are we seeing? And I'm assuming this is rare, right?
Yeah, well, right now we're getting reports of a powerful earthquake way on the other side of the Pacific, right? So right now we're looking to see if there's a tsunami that was triggered, and then subsequent warnings will follow. So the Tsunami Warning Center is watching this very carefully. But as of right now, a tsunami watch has been posted for the entire span of the U.S. West Coast. This does include the San Francisco Bay Area until further notice. So I'll zoom out here. You can see the watches do include the entire span of the coast of California, as well as Oregon and Washington State, from an earthquake registered as a preliminary magnitude 8.7 right here from the coast of Russia. So the tsunami alerts have been extended all the way across much of the Pacific. The state of Hawaii is under a tsunami warning right now. But again, the west coast of the United States, including the San Francisco Bay Area, is under a tsunami watch. So again, all this information is just coming out, and we'll.
San Francisco Bay Area.
So again, all this information is just coming out, and we'll continue to monitor that, let you know as soon as we report more, along with the reports of the buoys regarding confirmation whether or not tsunami was triggered from that 8.7 quake.
Get that information pretty soon. All right, Nick, thanks for the update on that.
Breaking news at 5:30.
Dude, LA, I don't know if LA, but the Bay Area, man. I hope thoughts and prayers for them.
Welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Mike Page. Thanks again for joining us this evening. We come back with some breaking news that we are following for you of a huge...
LA's and San Francisco may get hit, man. Bay Area.
8.7 magnitude earthquake off of the Russian peninsula that is now causing tsunami warnings on the U.S. West Coast throughout the region here. Here's a live look right now in Hawaii as tsunami warnings have picked up in the last couple of...
Who's in the Bay Area? We have one person, Jennifer, right here. Let us know how you're doing, Jennifer. How does it look? If you see any helicopters. Look at that.
Of moments here. So this was a huge 8.7 magnitude earthquake that was detected right off of the peninsula of Russia. Tsunami warnings have been issued for multiple areas of Japan, for multiple areas of Alaska, including coastal areas. A tsunami watch has also been issued for Hawaii and the entire west coast of the U.S. The U.S. Tsunami Warning System has reported widespread hazardous tsunami waves are possible within the next 3 hours along some coasts of Russia and Japan. So we are giving you this live look right now in Hawaii. Again, just some of the latest.
Yeah, folks, please don't, unless the information is offered, don't ask people where they live in the chat, please. There's a lot of weirdos on the internet. For example, I live in Nebraska. Okay. It's not information you ask, but if you want to give it, if you do publicly say where you live, then that's fair game. Or if you offer it, but don't ask people where they live in the chat in the community, please, because then there's weirdos on the internet. I was stalked. So somebody stalked me.
Reporting coming out from X saying that Japan says a powerful magnitude 8 earthquake. It came out originally as an 8, but has since been upgraded now to an 8.7, has hit near Russia's peninsula and issues a tsunami advisory. So we are keeping a close eye on this here for you as National Weather Service of Anchorage also putting this out. A tsunami warning is now in effect, which includes the coastal areas of Alaska, which is located 30 miles southwest of the areas that were deeply impacted. The tsunami advisory is modified to include the coastal areas of Alaska, which is located 30 miles southwest of where this region is being impacted off the coast right now of Alaska.
We got footage.
Also, another live look here in Hawaii. We are monitoring with our partners on the West Coast right now, awaiting some new live reporting, but we want to showcase just the latest that we are seeing from Hawaii, and this tsunami warning has been issued now for the entirety of Hawaii and the west coast of the U.S. as well.
Oh shit, West Coast. That means me. Here we go again, man. Oh, this is scary. Oh.
Doring is a cyclist.
Oh my God.
All right, this is a Fox News alert. A massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia has now issued tsunami advisories and watches, including Japan, Hawaii, the entire west coast of the U.S. This could be one of the top 10 earthquakes ever recorded. Joining us now from Fox.
Top 10 earthquakes ever recorded. Top 10 earthquake. It may be one of the top 10 earthquakes ever recorded, man. That's nuts. That's nuts. Folks, real quick in the chat, let me know where you're watching from. What country, city, or state? Well, actually, some people are saying it's an 8.8. Let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from. Let me know if you got notified. Let me know if you've experienced an earthquake as well. How big? How big have your earthquakes been?
Right now, joining us live from down at the Civic Grounds, it looks like, is Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi. Mr. Mayor, are you with us?
Yes, Jay, I can hear you.
Mr. Mayor, if you don't mind, I guess the first, I can hear you. I can hear you. The message you want to send out immediately, the first thing you want folks to know. You got your water can?
I couldn't quite hear that question.
Well, Mr. Mayor, let me try that again. The first thing you want folks to know, evacuation orders have been issued.
Yes, they have been. In fact, I was just on my way to the operating center for full details. This is what I know right now. First of all, we have sent home all of our city workers and our state workers. Siren has already gone off. Today, there was an 8.7 earthquake off of Russia. At 2:43 p.m. this afternoon, we received official tsunami warning. We have plans right now. So we've got 3.5 hours. We have plans right now to set off sirens at 4:10, 5:10, 6:10. If in fact we have a tsunami occurrence, we're expecting it will hit at 7:17 p.m. tonight. So what we're doing is we're urging everybody who's in flood inundation zones or low-lying.
Folks, 7:17 tonight. That is 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now, we could watch a major tsunami hit.
Ground to get to higher ground, and for people to be careful with each other on the.
Hold on, guys. I got more info. You guys can hear that, right?
In areas like that that are obviously in inundation zones, then I guess the message is that you need to leave that area, correct?
Yes, they need to leave that area. It should not be on any beaches at all. As far as I know, this is island-wide. I'm not exactly sure where there's anticipation, not at this point right now, but do not stay near the beaches. We need people to get away from the beaches. We need people in low-lying areas to get to higher ground, if that's at all possible. And if you're home and you're in a safe space, please stay there. The roads are full right now, and we want to give people opportunities to get back to their homes, in some cases evacuate their families if they have to. We need everybody to cooperate.
Mr. Mayor, we're looking right now at some pictures of Waikiki, and it's obviously a very sunny day, so you have a lot of people who are at the beach, but we do see what looks like less people than you might see on a normal day when the sun is out. Might you have ocean safety reach out to folks to have them get out of the water? I know we're still several hours away from when we expect the first waves, but will they sort of be utilized?
Well, the expected time, if we were to hit 7:17, we will be sounding sirens at 4:10, 5:10, and 6:10. We'll also be engaging other methods with police on the ground, first responders of any kind, where they see people in low-lying areas to evacuate, okay?
Mr. Mayor, at this time, any ideas if evacuation sites might be opened, or is it too early to ask about that?
Well, I'll know better when I get down to the emergency operating center, which is where I was when I got pulled over to get on TV with you guys. But I suspect that we will do that. Just need to get more information right now. And again, I want to just reassure everybody at this point right now, everything we're doing is precautionary. An 8.7 earthquake off of Russia is a significant earthquake. The fact that we got a tsunami warning at 2:43.
Yeah, no, the video footage
this is not, we don't want to create undue panic. We want everybody to stay calm. We're trying to act as much in advance as we possibly can to give people sufficient warning and opportunity to get to higher ground.
Mr. Mayor, Rick Blangiardi, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And obviously, we'll be talking to you over the coming hours as this.
Hey, folks, if I don't get to at least 100 likes, that tells me you all don't, the people are not interested in this coverage, so I will have to leave. So why is there only 30 likes here? Come on, folks, seriously.
Want the fastest working?
It's like telling me, hey, I don't really care for this. Are you guys interested? I know a lot of you already pressed like, but.
I'm Dan Green. We do have breaking news tonight.
8.7 earthquake hit off the coast of Russia, and that has prompted a tsunami watch for the entire west coast of the United States. Keep in mind, the earthquake happened thousands of miles from the California coast.
Meantime, a tsunami warning is in place for other parts of the world right now.
Thank you for liking.
Our chief meteorologist, Gina DeVecchio, is here.
That's right. And we want to clarify, warning is the most severe, then advisory, and then a watch. And a watch just means we're watching out. KSBW is going to be watching out for you if anything does progress, if we see any results elsewhere up towards the northwest of any tsunami activity. But for now, you can see areas in pink. That's that watch just right for our immediate coast. coastline. And that's a very vague timeline, but likely would hit around midnight or so if we did see any of that water rising. Now, as we mentioned, thousands of miles away in the eastern part of Russia. And then as for now, that's where the earthquake hit. And it was at 46 miles deep in the ocean. So that is going to disturb the ocean. But the Aleutian Islands, the far western part of that, is under a warning, an advisory into the Alaska area. And then from Alaska all the way down to Mexico, that's where the area is in a watch. Now, more likely than not, this will expire. And of course, if it does not, if it does become an advisory, if it does become a warning, KSPW is going to be here to keep you ahead of that. And that is going to be something we'll be watching throughout tonight. Again, that would likely be in the early morning hours or late tonight, around midnight or so, from that earthquake that was, thousands of miles away. But we'll be watching as we see, if we see any impacts up towards our north.
All right, so where's everyone from? I see we got new people coming in. Where is everyone from? Introduce yourselves in the comments.
Let's get back that breaking news. A magnitude 8.7 earthquake off the east coast of Russia is leading to tsunami concerns here in the U.S. There is a tsunami watch for the entire west coast of the mainland United States. Here.
U.S. is going to get hit with this.
Russia is leading to tsunami concerns here in the U.S. There is a tsunami watch for the entire west coast of the mainland United States, and Hawaii is now under a tsunami warning, which is an elevated alert. Oahu Emergency Management just sent out this tweet saying, quote, "Take action. Destructive tsunami waves are expected. Evacuate coastal areas in primary evacuation zone." I want to bring in Paul Hagen. Okay, so there's a difference between watch and warning. Right. That a warning, that's serious.
Watch means possible, warning means expected to happen or currently happening. Now, this is still something that's a few hours from reaching the coastline of Hawaii, depending on where in the Hawaiian island chain that you're talking about. Right. But we're talking about this 8.7 earthquake. For context, the one in 2004, the day after Christmas, that prompted the tsunami that hit Indonesia and Thailand and India, that was 9.1. So not that much higher in magnitude than what occurred off the east coast of Russia. The Aleutian Islands are going to get it first, then mainland Alaska, and then Hawaii, northwestern Hawaii, those islands that are farther in the chain.
Yeah, and Alaska is going to get it first, huh?
Are going to get it first and likely worst. Potential for waves more than 10 feet above the tide line, pushing farther and farther inland. That's a significant concern. The most likely scenario, according to the Tsunami Warning Center, is for 1 to 3 meter. So that's roughly 3 feet to 9 foot waves farther down the Hawaiian island chain. That would include Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island of Hawaii. And depending on exactly the
I guarantee you surfers are going to be trying to surf that. What do you guys think?
the topography of where that makes landfall is going to have a big impact on it as well.
And we're just hearing now that the entire Hawaiian Islands chain is also under tsunami warning, and the expected time of arrival of those waves could be around 7:17 this evening.
Right. That's one specific spot, but it's going to be between 6 and 7 for the first waves to hit Hawaiian time.
All right, we're going to stay on top of this right here on CBSNews.com and CBS News 24/7.
We've got major breaking news. A powerful 8.7 earthquake. That's right, an 8.7 earthquake near Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula has triggered tsunami watches. The entire U.S. West Coast, including California, Oregon, and Washington. We've got major.
All right, folks, I set up a super chat goal. All right, I set up a super chat goal. And if I make it, it's for 10 super chats. If I make it, I'll stay on till 7. And where does the super chat funds go to? I want to treat my mom with some donuts. She's been craving donuts. She hasn't had donuts in like a year. And they're some glazed donuts. So this is for Mama Leka, and I'll stay on. So if you guys want to do that, I got a super chat goal going on if you guys want to support. Not, it's all good.
Major breaking news. A powerful 8.7 earthquake. That's right, an 8.7 earthquake near Russia.
We do have a number of different live crews who are out at different locations. One of those locations is the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. That is on Ford Island, out in Pearl Harbor. And Kristen Concilio, she joins us live right now there. And Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, if you could, Kristen, what they are saying, the very latest information you have.
Sure, Jai. We have Dr. Chip McCreary, tsunami expert, here at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. And Dr. McCreary, can you tell us what you know so far?
Well, I think probably most people know by now there was a very large earthquake in the Northwest Pacific this afternoon at about 1:25 p.m. Hawaii time. Measured a magnitude 8.0 initially, but actually the magnitude has grown with more analysis now. It's roughly an 8.8. Some residents might remember we had a very large tsunami here that came from Kamchatka in 1952, a magnitude 9. So this is on the order of that, maybe just slightly smaller. And based on the analysis of the earthquake and then running our tsunami models, we realized there is a threat to Hawaii from this event. And this is not a small threat. This is the kind of threat that where the water can flood the land. So our models are...
Folks, we're like 10 likes away from 100 likes. Could we get that done? Get 100 likes, please.
Showing in some places tsunami amplitudes of roughly 10 feet above normal sea level. Now, for those of you who watch the surf, you know, normally a 10-foot surf wave, it's good for surfers, but it's not a hazard for those of us living here. But a 10-foot tsunami is quite different, because what that means is it's like all of sea level will rise by 10 feet above normal sea level and stay high like that for maybe 5-10 minutes before it goes back down. So that water then rushes onto the shore. And the amount it's going to be in various places around the island will be different, but it will affect all the coasts within the state. And the most important thing is for people to take this tsunami warning seriously. We still have plenty of time to get away from the coast and out of the evacuation zone. So pay attention, follow the instructions from state and county emergency management agencies. And the way the first arrival in Hawaii is going to be around 10 minutes after 7. It should begin hitting the island of Kauai, and it will take something like 30 to 45 minutes before it crosses the whole state down to the Big Island.
Damn. Should I pull? Dude, that would mean I have to pull an all-nighter here. Oh my God. All right. Sabrina. With making it rain. All right. Sabrina supporting the stream. Thank you. Who dares to challenge Sabrina? Who's going to match her? Yo, thank you so much. Also, earlier who do we have? We had Shelly. We had Ann contribute. And like, there's a lot of you also contributing, not just today, but through other times. And I really, really appreciate it. But Sabrina, for today, thank you so much for... Yes, it's hard work. It is like 100 million degrees in here right now, actually. And I do want to stream for you for the tsunami, or at least the time the tsunami gets to Hawaii. Let's see if we get a little bit more support. And, I'll do it.
And then those waves, there will be many cycles of this, the sea level coming up and going down. So maybe multiple floodings of the land. And this may go on for several hours. Once it starts to die down, once it gets down below about 3
We need one more like to reach 100
feet on the gauges that we can monitor, then we will lower the alert level to advisory. But it's going to be up to the state and county emergency management agencies to make decisions about when it's safe to go back into evacuation zones. But for now, they want everybody out of the evacuation zones. And then ultimately, it might be sometime very late tonight before we can cancel the whole thing. We don't really know how long the threat will last, but we will be monitoring the situation, advising the state agencies, and just follow their instructions.
And
who else thinks? Oh my God! Oh, here we go. We're gonna get a presser.
Watching. We don't have these events very often.
But when we do, they
This is the mayor.
in this area. So we just ask you to pay attention.
Could you guys hear him? Yes or no?
And we're all going to hope for the best.
This is the mayor, folks.
Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we'll keep you posted. Anything that we hear that's definitive, that could be of importance in news, we certainly will provide that. All right, thank you.
Oh my gosh, folks, thanks for the support. We got more supporters. Sabrina, thanks for the support. Emily, thanks for the support. Hearts for you. Atomic Wire. Holy shit, bro. I got support, to support my brother in arms. Dale coño. Gotta support my brother in arms. Dale coño. Thanks you, bro. This is my buddy. Make sure to support him as well. And Emily, hold on one second, folks. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so once again, everybody here in the community, do me a solid. We I need hearts. I need you guys to thank Sabrina for the super chat. I need you to thank Emily for the super chat in the comments, and the Atomic Wire for the support. And hit the likes. Let's see what else we got right here.
One more question.
Oh my God, can't do that. So you're looking at footage, I believe that's Hawaii. No, that's not it.
Service has just issued a tsunami warning for all of Hawaii, parts of Alaska, and a tsunami watch for the entire West Coast following a massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake that rocked eastern Russia. In Hawaii, the National Weather Service says a series of powerful waves and strong currents may impact coasts on all of the islands. Residents and vacationers there have received an alert on their phones, alerting them that they are in danger, that they should get away from coastal waters and move to high ground or inland. Now, one alert is telling people to get to the 4th floor of buildings or higher. The estimated arrival time for the first tsunami wave in Hawaii is at 7:17 p.m. local time. Warning sirens are expected to go off shortly. Now, parts of Alaska are also under a tsunami warning. Here on the West Coast, a watch is in effect from the Mexico border all the way north to Washington state. This is the lowest level of the warning center's alert.
Okay, that's crazy. I hope Hawaii has it more. I hope Hawaii has their shit more together. The lucky thing is that they don't have Mayor Bass or Governor Newsom. So maybe they have their shit together a little better than us in California. So
system, and that means that while the threat is not really known yet, residents should be prepared to take action if needed. And if generated, tsunami waves are not expected on the West Coast until late tonight or early tomorrow morning. This all comes after that huge earthquake that struck off the eastern coast of Russia, prompting evacuations and reportedly damaging buildings. The governor of the region said that the earthquake was very serious, and the strongest one there in decades.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Good evening. We begin tonight with that breaking news out of Far East Russia. An 8.8 earthquake has put the entire California coast, including the Bay Area, under a tsunami advisory. So the earthquake hit just before 4:30 p.m. our time, just off Russia's Pacific coast. Now, according to the USGS, 8.8 is tied.
I'm sure Oprah is licking her chops right now, getting ready to buy homes from the people that lose it at a discounted rate. What do you guys think? Press 1 if you agree.
For the 6th strongest earthquake ever recorded. So let's take a live look at Honolulu right now. Tsunami warning sirens have been blaring in the city, warning people to move to higher ground. The entire state of Hawaii is under a tsunami warning. The first waves are expected to hit just after 7 p.m. Hawaii time, which is 10 p.m. our time. So Hawaii is on full alert. They open their emergency operations center as they prepare for dangerous ocean conditions. All right, let's take a live look out at the ocean from Pacifica right now. The entire.
So Emily says she doesn't know. She knows very little about earthquakes, but 8.7 is huge, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be very huge. What do you guys think in the comments? Maybe you guys have an idea. But I remember there was like a 6 point something in LA, and it was massive. And I'm hearing that this is actually 8.8. Emily, thanks for the support.
West Coast, including the Bay Area, under a tsunami advisory. So that's less severe than a warning and what Hawaii is facing. The National Weather Service saying any effects here would happen after midnight. So let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Paul Hagan with more on the tsunami advisory.
Yeah, Jules, it's in effect for the entire West Coast, and this is what the...
Shit, man. I don't know if I could stand here till 12 midnight. 9, 10. I gotta say, when I was covering the fires, I got sick after, man. I'll try, but you know what's gonna motivate me? You all staying here. You know, I can't guarantee, but you all staying here, man.
Tsunami warning center issues when significant inundation, a significant inland push is not likely, but still there are going to be dangerous conditions along the immediate coastline and for anyone who's actually in the water. So dangerous currents, and this would not be the best night to be out on a houseboat, for instance. Some of those locations if you want to find your way to a safer spot, because even less than a 1 foot surge, which is what we're expecting, is still energetic enough to do some damage, especially in terms of coastal erosion, maybe some damage to any structures right along the immediate coastline or anything that is in the water. This is the location of that earthquake. This is off the east coast of Russia. The landmass there is the Kamchatka Peninsula. Magnitude 8.8 earthquake struck at 4:24 our time. This is a very strong earthquake.
So we're watching two feeds. The one on the left, I believe, is Hawaii. The one you have on screen, I believe, is not Hawaii. Sorry, Japan. As you can tell, like there's Japanese. The Japanese are talking. They get hit with these hard, man. Unfortunately, they get hit very hard with these. Folks, we are a little bit over 100 likes. Let's get up to 200 likes, folks. I see you all here. Hit the like button. Thank you.
In fact, if we look at the earthquake magnitude scale, this is close to a 9.0. I mentioned that this is the 6th strongest, tied for the 6th strongest earthquake in recorded history. Now, that goes back several decades, doesn't necessarily go back to the entire history of the planet, far from it. But still, in that 9 range, we are talking about just exceptional amounts of energy being released. Near total destruction, we've had reports of 3 to 4 meter tsunami waves hitting the coast of the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. This is going to do a significant amount of damage there. And just the amount of energy released, it's equivalent to 1 trillion pounds of conventional explosive, just a mind-boggling amount of energy being released, and the tsunami waves radiate away from the center of that earthquake. So there are tsunami warnings and tsunami
So the strongest earthquake ever recorded was in 1960. Valdivia earthquake. I don't know where that is, okay? Sorry. 9.5. This is an 8.7, 8.8. Happened May 22nd, 1960 in Chile. All right. 9.5, 1960. So when they come, because I'm sure now everyone's on TikTok blaming global warming bullshit. 1960, they had a bigger one. If global warming was to blame here, this would have been a magnitude 25. Okay, so get out of here with that.
advisories. The warnings are in purple. The advisories are in yellow for the Aleutian Island chain extending away from the mainland of Alaska. For Hawaii, it's a tsunami warning as well. The first waves are going to be hitting the northwestern Hawaiian island chain around 7 o'clock this evening and then making their way farther down to the southeast across the rest of the Hawaiian island chain. Most likely scenario is for 1 to 3 meter waves, which means roughly between about 3 and 9 feet. But depending on the topography of exactly where those waves make their way on shore, whether it either crashes up against the cliffs or if it's a flatter landscape, can make its way much, much farther inland. The waves are going to be much lower as they approach the west coast of the United States. Most locations expecting less than that 1 foot surge. That is the case for the coastline of the Bay Area, expected to hit around San Francisco around 12:40 in the morning, so just after midnight tonight. Again, less than 1 foot may sound like, okay, that's not much water.
Jennifer Marie, with the voice of reason, says the plates are going to move under us eventually, regardless of what the climate is doing. Yeah, I totally agree, man. But, you know, there never, you know, opportunity to tax poor people more. Never miss that, okay? That's where the government thinks.
But those even low waves are very energetic and can do damage right along the coast. It's something we're going to have to continue to monitor. And the Tsunami Warning Center is going to continue recalculating all of this data just in case there is a bit more energy associated with this. The initial magnitude of the earthquake that caused this was initially estimated to be 8 point.
I'm guessing no. Michelle says, I'm guessing no one will be sending Russia aid. I think they will, regardless if there's a war. But the problem is, I don't know where let me research exactly where this happened, because I have a feeling that the location of this earthquake wasn't that populated, because a lot of Russia is not populated and stuff. So especially the stuff on the east side of Russia. Because remember, Russia's so big, it's intercontinental. It's partially Asia, partially Europe. Even though Europeans don't want to admit Russia is Europe, it is part of Europe. Sorry. But so I don't know, and there's 100%. I'm 100% sure people will send help. I'm 100% sure people will send help. You know.
I know they've revised it all the way up to 8.8. This is still something that's a bit in flux. We'll be back with an update on the situation in terms of the tsunami, and then a look at our weather forecast for midweek tomorrow, coming up in just a few minutes. Juliet?
All right, Paul, helpful information. Thank you so much. Japan also under a tsunami advisory. So these are live pictures from the coast near Kushiro, Japan. People in low-lying areas are being told to move inland. And then let's go to some aerials showing the coastline. This is in Hokkaido Prefecture in northern Japan. The tsunami wave.
That's the fact. Most of Russia is not inhabitable, right? Bezzy, Bree, I love your, thanks for that input. It is 100% true with that. It's massive, though.
About a foot has been reported in the northern islands, which are just about 160 miles away from the epicenter. So no immediate reports of damage there. The most recent tsunami scare in the Bay Area happened last December, if you recall, after a 7.0 quake struck off northern California coast. Thousands of people in Pacifica raced to higher ground with cars backing up for miles on Highway 1 as people tried to get out of town. That tsunami warning was canceled about an hour later. And then if we go back to 2011, the tsunami roared across the Pacific, causing significant damage to the Santa Cruz harbor after a 9.0.
See, we're hearing Japanese. This is a Japanese feed. Unfortunately, Japan has had real messed up luck with this stuff.
Quake in Japan. It caused an estimated $20 million in damage to the harbor. All right, so joining us now is Dr. Amy Williamson, a seismologist.
Let's see what else we have.
All Uber drivers pass a background.
If anyone's Japanese or could knows how to read Japanese, not read but understands Japanese, please let us know in the comments.
The U.S. West Coast, including our local counties, is under an unusual tsunami watch following a massive earthquake in Russia.
Again, this is a tsunami watch, not a warning, but it has people taking notice at this hour. The quake struck in the waters off the Kamchatka Peninsula in eastern Russia, measured at a massive 8.7 magnitude. For Hawaii and the U.S. West Coast, we are again under a tsunami watch, which means there is a potential tsunami threat. It's an alert to be prepared just in case.
And here to break this all down is Dr. Lucy Jones, our earthquake expert. Dr. Lucy, break down the quake and the watch and what the
Once again, as we listen to Dr. Lucy Jones, because we get the likes up, folks, we're approaching 200 likes. Let's get the likes up.
this all means. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Sure. All right. Magnitude 8.7 only occurs on the really big faults that are called subduction zones. So this is on a subduction zone off the east coast of Russia. To be that large means a very large quantity of water has been displaced. And this is the type of event that does create tsunamis to be, received on the other side of the ocean. The warnings that have been issued by the National Tsunami Warning Program, which is part of NOAA, includes a warning of greater than 3 meters, so 10 feet potentially for Russia, and 1 to 3 meters, which is 3 to 10 feet for Hawaii. Hawaii actually has a warning at this point, as does the westernmost of the Aleutian Islands. The Aleutian Peninsula is what's called an advisory. So let's watch and see how big this tsunami really gets. And the rest of us are at a watch, which is, well, let's see what happens. We may or may not get here. Tsunamis travel at something like 500 to 600 miles an hour. So about the same speed as an airplane crossing the ocean.
That's a lot.
So to get from Kamchatka to California is going to be 10 hours, maybe more. And that.
Okay, so why don't they have a helicopter following the tsunami?
That'll be part of the advisory as it's going through. I have seen that the Hawaii warning suggests that it'll reach Hawaii at about 7:15 Hawaiian time, which is 10:15 p.m. here. Mm-hmm. And of course, then it would have to keep on coming out to us.
Dr. Jones, the quake was centered sub 160 miles from Hokkaido, which would be the northernmost big island of Japan. And according to local news reports there in Japan, it was felt in Hokkaido only slightly. What does that tell you, if anything?
Yeah, but okay, so you're saying you know how big the Pacific Ocean is? No way the helicopter could do that. What about a plane? What about Google Earth? Why aren't we looking at the pulse, right? The water kind of like dispersing. You know what I mean?
Well, it does suggest, right, so earthquake has an epicenter, which is where it begins, but it happens over a fault surface that might be, in the case of an 8.7, I would think is probably at least 300 miles long. Right? And so did it rupture from the epicenter south towards Japan? If it was only felt slightly in Hokkaido, it couldn't have gotten
That's right.
very far
Down
down the rupture zone, and maybe it ruptured more to the north. It's really too early. We don't have enough data to say what was the pattern of rupture yet. But the USGS also creates something called PAGER, which is a rapid assessment of the potential losses in an earthquake based on these things I was just saying to you. If it's an 8.7, it's at least 300 miles long. Well, those are standard relationships that we know are true for the different types of earthquakes, and therefore we can estimate what the shaking level would be at different locations and compare that to population. And that's what PAGER has done. And the PAGER assessment right now, of course, data can change, but right now they're saying probably at least $10 billion in losses, economic losses from this, with likely fatalities between 10 and 100 people.
Wow.
And that's not based on any information from the site itself. It's solely on what we know about the characteristics of earthquakes.
Right. And so, we have here, as you mentioned, a watch, not a warning, here in California and up and down the coast, the West Coast here. But there are obviously vulnerable communities like Malibu, Santa Monica, Venice, Long Beach, the South Bay. I could go on. But, how vulnerable are these communities, even if it's going to come 10 hours later?
Not too bad, because the most likely approach, and we'll get more information as this develops, is that the actual amount of water to get in here is going to be not that, by the time it travels all the way over. And that the good news in California is we have a lot of cliffs. So if you have a 1 meter tsunami, that means if you're more than 1 meter above sea level, which is only 3 feet, you're not going to get hit, right? And I do believe, I haven't seen it yet. I was just trying to check really quickly. The forecast would be that the amount of water actually rising up by the time you get here is going to be very small.
By the way, the traffic over there in Hawaii is insane right now.
For Hawaii, they're saying 1 to 3 meters. So that's 3 to 10 feet. That's more noticeable. But even think, what's 10 feet above sea level, right? Even at 10 feet, you maybe get to Lincoln Boulevard, and there's extremely unlikely that it would be that high here. We'll have to wait and see what develops over the next 5 hours. They'll get a lot more information as things are recorded. They have deep water buoys where they can measure what the actual size is. And that information will help you refine the message by quite a bit. But, we've done modeling for what a big tsunami coming into Southern California would be. When I was with the U.S. Geological Survey, we created something called the Safer Tsunami Scenario. And we did it with a really big earthquake in Alaska, which is sort of like the biggest that we could get to come into this area. And in most locations, we were getting 1 or 2 blocks in from the ocean. In fact, what the really big damage is most likely to be is actually for marinas, because even though the water might not rise up that high, the currents become very strong. And so what we'll see is a lot of damage to piers or boats that are anchored offshore. If they're far enough offshore, then there's really,
You guys remember when Sarah Palin said you could see, you could practically see Russia from Hawaii, from Alaska? Who remembers that? And then everybody's like laughing at her for saying that, except she was right. You can. The power of propaganda, right?
just a slight rise in sea level, it's not a big deal. But if they're in harbor, then we can see a lot more damage. So that would be the thing that would be watched for. And I think that the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach are going to be looking at what the predictions are, because that's where you could get currents going through the harbor and potentially doing some damage.
I'm trying as best I can to put this into context. I know, Dr. Jones, you're an ardent student of history in your field. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The 1952 9.0 quake in Kamchatka.
The thing is, you can see Russia from Alaska. There's a point you can. So that just tells you the people that we're catering to weren't very smart.
Tsunami threat. It's an alert.
But if there
First, we offer overnight boarding. Your pet will stay overnight in your.
I remember. Oh my God, people are making. I don't know if this is true, but they're saying that Oprah blocked a road where people could get out in Hawaii. I don't know, man. The internet's full of shit. I can't report on all this. Some of it's fake.
can see a lot more damage. So that would be the thing that would be watched for. And I think that the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach are going to be looking at what the predictions are, because that's where you could get currents going through the harbor and potentially doing some damage.
I'm trying as best I can to put this into context. I know, Dr. Jones, you're an ardent student of history in your field. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The 1952 9.0 quake in Kamchatka, the same region, caused damage but no reported deaths. Now, a 9.0, many times stronger than this earthquake, but 30-foot waves were reported in Hawaii following that.
First, we offer overnight boarding. Your pet will stay overnight in your sitter's home and not only be treated like part of the family, but treated like a king or queen honey. Next, we have house sitting. Your sitter takes care of your pet and your home.
Trying to compare it, I know you can't compare an 8.7 to a 9, but a 9 again.
Well, you can. I mean, and especially, I'm not sure what. I don't think with the more modern determination of magnitude, that 9 might only be an 8.8.
Okay.
We do a much better job now than we did in the 50s of estimating the total. And you say 30 feet, that's basically what's being predicted right now for Hawaii.
Okay.
They're saying the three, they're saying 1 to 3 meters, not 10 meters.
Right.
So the modeling that NOAA does now is very good. I don't think they have it completely done. I think we're going to be seeing updates over the next few hours that would show us whether or not that's likely to be so. So it might be that, I mean, if an 8.7 to 9, if it really was a 9 back then, that implies about
the footage we're looking at is Japan.
About 3 times as much energy being released, so 3 times as much water. And but that doesn't necessarily lead to straight height, right? Everything spreads out, and it's a complex modeling job, which I'm sure those models are being started now, but it does take some time to
hitting Japan
that
right
level
now.
of computation to calculate exactly how
That's
water is
Japan.
moving across the whole Pacific. It doesn't happen in just a few minutes.
All right, Dr. Lucy Jones, we really do appreciate your time tonight. I know that you're very busy, and
That's the tsunami hitting Japan. It's got to be. What's up? What's up, Emily? Thanks for the support. Hearts for Emily. Do me a favor. Folks. Hearts for Emily, and also hit those emojis. Hit those alien emojis. New emojis coming very soon. Lori, thanks for 11 months supporting as well. I'm assuming we're looking at the tsunami in Japan right now, because
Good evening. This is NBC Bay Area News Tonight. I'm Raj Mathai. We are following some breaking news now. An earthquake, the biggest earthquake in the world since 2011. We are now dealing with an 8.8 earthquake in Russia, and that's triggered a tsunami advisory for all of California. Here's what we know. The 8.8 quake struck just after 4:30 our time. It was just upgraded, actually, in the last couple of minutes from an 8.7 earthquake to an 8.8 earthquake. Now, the California coast, look at this map here, it's the Ring of Fire. The California coast, the entire coast is under a tsunami advisory. The bigger threat right now is what's going to happen in Hawaii, which is now under a tsunami warning, which means experts believe that a tsunami is imminent. Evacuations are already underway in low-lying areas of Oahu.
If you haven't done so already, now is the time to head up Mauka, head for cover as Hawaii responds to this tsunami warning. The warning came down on air. You can hear it in our newsroom.
Yeah, pretty alarming there. This is a clip from one of our sister stations, NBC stations in Hawaii. This was about 45 minutes ago. The mayor of Honolulu addressing the danger as well. They're anticipating any impacts to reach Hawaii there by around 7:15. So about 15 minutes,
Yeah, we're watching the tsunami hitting Japan. That's what you know what I mean? They're getting pretty aggressive, man. Look at that. Dude, that's not looking good. Why would you live there? That area right there, why are people there? Why are there cars there? Look. There are cars there. Why would you be there?
Tsunami warning after the magnitude 8.7 quake, which struck off the northeast of Russia. Let's go to Stash. All right, so this is some new video just into our newsroom.
Oh my God, Russia's all messed up. Look at this. Look at this, folks.
All right, so this is some new video just into our newsroom. This is from an area in Russia. And this is our first look at this tsunami wave, where we can see this is called the, I'm sorry if I mispronounce this, the Severo-Kursk area. And this is in Russia's Kuril Islands. And you can see the tsunami wave coming, and you can see it doing damage. And that's our first look at that as this repeats, Marla.
Yeah, and on a closer look, you'll see the buildings being swept away. So these images are out there. There's a watch for the entire West Coast coastline. Here's what I'm talking about here when you're seeing the buildings being swept away. This is one of the largest top 10 earthquakes to strike.
Since 1990, since 1900. One of the top 10 earthquakes in the world since 1900, 8.7 magnitude quake. And you think about, earthquakes as you get up in magnitude. New video just into our new.
The entire building's being swept away. Are you guys watching this?
Newsroom. This is from an area in Russia. And this is our first look at this tsunami wave, where we can see this is called the, I'm sorry if I mispronounce this, the Severo-Kursk area. And this is in Russia's Kuril Islands. And you can see the tsunami wave coming, and you can see it doing damage. And that's our first look at that as this repeats, Marla.
Yeah, and on a closer look, you'll see the buildings being swept away. So these images are out there. There's a watch for the entire West Coast coastline. Here's what I'm talking about here when you're seeing the buildings being swept away. This is one of the largest top 10 earthquakes to strike.
Since 1990, since 1900. One of the top 10 earthquakes in the world since 1900, 8.7 magnitude quake. And you think about, earthquakes as you get up in magnitude, they're not all the same. I mean, that is a enormous earthquake, which we think happened out in the middle of the ocean. Because if something like that would have happened right under land, the devastation would be, unbelievable. But as we saw with Japan, when we had that big quake there in Fukushima, the tsunami was more deadly than the quake itself. And we know the power of water in terms of a tsunami wave is about as powerful a force as there is on Earth. And it can move buildings, it can move cars, and it can kill a lot of people quickly. Hopefully we don't have that situation here, but it is concerning when we start hearing about these warnings and watches.
This is a live look at a location in Japan. So you're seeing the activity in the ocean, of course, as it relates
to Japan.
I'm sorry if I mispronounced.
Russia,
Video just
once again, because some of you, let me know if you just came in, hit that one. If you just came in, and let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from.
So this is some new video just into our newsroom. This is from an area in Russia. And this is our first look at this tsunami wave, where we can see, this is called I'm sorry if I mispronounce this, the Severokursk area. And this is in Russia's Kuril Islands. And you can see the tsunami wave coming, and you can see it doing damage. And that's our first look at that as this repeats, Marla.
Yeah, and on a closer look, you'll see the buildings being swept away. So these images are out there. There's a watch for the entire West Coast coastline. Here's what I'm talking about here when you're seeing the buildings being swept away. This is one of the largest top 10 earthquakes to strike.
Since 1990, since 1900. One of the top 10 earthquakes in the world since 1900, 8.7 magnitude quake. And you think about, earthquakes as you get up in magnitude, they're not all the same. I mean, that is a enormous earthquake, which we think happened out in the middle of the ocean. Because if something like that would have happened right under land, the devastation would be.
There you go. Now back to Japan, right here. They're getting hit with the tsunami as we speak.
I don't understand how you've completed.
And I wasn't going to cover this. I was getting ready to make fun of more people that are talking about Sweeney Todd, and her jeans, but decided to do this instead.
Warning, which we explained on our live impact stream earlier this evening, is the highest alert you can have. Officials there saying that there could be damage along the coastlines of the islands, and they're expecting to see the first waves in about 2 hours.
So this tsunami watch is also in effect along the Pacific coast from the California-Mexico border stretching all the way up to Alaska. Japan's meteorological agency actually says that they've issued a tsunami alert for the country's Pacific coast, saying waves, they could hit 9 feet.
Now, we mentioned this, that we've been keeping you covered throughout the night on our streaming platform, WCNC Plus, starting just after 7:30 when we first learned of the quake. And we've been streaming there every single development. And we mentioned that Charlotte family who's on vacation in Honolulu and now trying to get to safety. They just spoke with us within the last hour by video chat. So here are the Fabianos describing the situation in Hawaii as we speak.
Just trying to get back to a hotel. We're on like the 11th floor. So we should be good.
The waves don't seem like they're going to be too powerful, but we really have no idea. But the roads are really crazy right now. Everyone's on the roads.
Was there a lot of worry?
Yeah, the roads are crazy.
Do you feel like folks are shaken right now?
Well, when we were on the beach, no one knew anything. So everyone there was just kind of relaxed. And then as far as
folks, stay on. The major waves are going to hit Hawaii in less than an hour. Stay on.
around us, the traffic, it just looks like normal traffic kind of. But I would absolutely assume that there are definitely like tourists here that are scared, because not every day you get a tsunami warning when you're in Hawaii. Yeah.
Well, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich is here. And Brad, you were saying that the quake that spawned these tsunami alerts is among the largest ever recorded.
Yeah, 8.8. That would be the 6th biggest quake in recorded history on the Earth. I mean, you really don't see quakes this large very often. 9.2 is the top up there. To give you a perspective where this is, so this is a peninsula in Russia, but those are the Aleutian Islands for Alaska. So this is really close to Alaska. That's northern Japan right there. So it's the northwestern part of the Pacific. 8.8. That is massive quake.
That's great, man. Lori says this is much more important than some girl's flat butt. Yeah, she does have a flat butt, man. What the hell?
And again, this was what we call a mega thrust quake, basically meaning
Lori,
the floor
thank you.
was pushed up and actually displaced water. So very.
Thanks for the support, Lori. Let's see those emojis you get for being a member.
High probability of tsunami. We did measure a tsunami in parts of Russia up to 13 feet there, maybe 9-foot tsunami here for the Aleutian Islands. You can see the tsunami advisory. We'll go down to Hawaii. You can see every single island in the chain is under a tsunami warning right now. Honolulu is right here on Oahu, the North Shore there. That's Kauai, and then Maui is over there. There's the big island. So there are places to go there, but then the whole west coast of the United States also under a tsunami advisory, where there could be a couple feet of water rise there. And again, it takes a long time. These tsunamis travel pretty fast, but it's a long distance. Could take up to 6 hours for these to get to Hawaii and the West Coast.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
So right now I have video of the governor, I guess, from the islands. Let's see what they have to say. Press conference.
Guess which
Hold on.
student has
Let me get this commercial out of the way. Ready? Here we go.
8.7 magnitude earthquake off of the coast at a depth of approximately 12 miles down. Shortly thereafter, about 14 minutes later, we became aware that there was a likelihood of a tsunami. Now, let me put this into perspective. An 8.7 earthquake is a big earthquake, and it means that it can generate a large wave, a tsunami wave, which we do expect to come and arrive sometime around 7:10 p.m. around Kauai. We'll get into those details more in a moment. Again, for perspective, we had a 9.0 earthquake, which is very significant. These things get much larger as the number goes up incrementally. That was in March of 2011 at that time, and you can't compare them directly like apples to apples, but that created a 7-foot wave that hit Maui, causing $7.5 million of damage. And because we were thoughtful and smart and calm, and we should all be calm as we evacuate, and we must evacuate from the inundation area, there were no casualties. We have a tsunami warning. And what does that mean? That is the most serious warning that you can have. It is not a watch. It is a warning, which means we have to evacuate the coastal zones right away. I want people to drive carefully. You need to expect that there will be flooding on all of the islands, and it will be imminent after the wave hits. We should be safe, therefore not sorry. The first impact, like I said, is about to happen at 7:10 p.m., which is about 2 hours from now. You may have already heard sirens go off 2 times. They will go off 3 more times. Actually, one just did, 5:10, which is 2 hours out. At 6:10 p.m., about an hour from now, that will be 1 hour out. Then at 6:40 p.m., which will be 30 minutes out before the expected landfall of that wave. You must stay off the beaches and away from harbors, rivers, or low-lying areas. If you stay on beaches, you could risk death. You have to be careful. We will go over tsunami evacuation zones, and you can find that at the HIEMA website, which is ready.hawaii.gov. You will see there basically You have to get off of the coastal areas. Please know where the tsunami evacuation zone is and have a route to get out to higher ground. Now, what do you have to do? If you're in a building, you can go up 4 stories. You will be safe in that case. You have to be very careful, though. Otherwise, you need to leave the evacuation zone, and you have to be away from this potential wave. We've done several things. We are in communication with government leaders at all levels. So again, you can expect a tsunami wave to hit the state, and it will not just hit one beach. It will wrap around the islands very likely, therefore causing a wave in Hilo, in Kona, and Kauai, and on Maui. You have to be safe, and please do not come back out until we give you the all clear. That will be very important. We'll be constantly updating you. Our team signed an emergency proclamation almost immediately, activating our Adjutant General. You will hear from General Logan here in a moment. The most important thing is to get out of the evacuation zone as soon as possible. Anywhere outside of that is safe. Make plans to evacuate your friends, go to a family's home outside of the evacuation zone. Wait till we say it's all clear, because we can't be sure there won't be multiple waves. It's very important. We have contacted the White House. They have been very helpful. We are sending them an emergency declaration as well, because we do expect damage.
He called the White House helpful. That means these guys are gonna be called fascist for saying that. Anyways, this map down here is where the purple is actually a tsunami. So you can look at that. Of course, this is states. Hopefully that helps.
We expect significant damage along the coastlines. We pray that we won't lose any of our loved ones. That's why we have to be very safe. As I said earlier, you can go to the 4th floor. That is a vertical evacuation. All I would say is this, once again, there is some time. You're going to hear a couple additional sirens. You're going to hear one again at 6:10 p.m. That will be about an hour out. It may take as much as 30 minutes till the waves reach other parts of the islands. So don't simply go out until we tell you it's all clear. And then at 30 minutes again, 6:40, you will hear that last alert. There probably will not be an alert after that. We'll give you more updates as we go forward. At approximately 5:30, in 12 minutes, we intend to hear from some of the buoys out in the middle of the Pacific. That's when the wave will pass Midway Island. It will give us a better idea of how large this wave is. God willing, these waves will not hurt us, but you have to assume that they will be life-threatening. Now I'm going to turn this over to our TAG, General Logan.
Thank you, Governor Green, and aloha and good evening. Let me just cover some of the finer points, and I'll start with the Department of Transportation, who we have been in constant contact with. Currently, Hilo Airport is the only one that is closed. I've been in contact with Rear Admiral Sean Reagan, the commander of the 14th Coast Guard District, and he's informed me that the United States Coast Guard has already closed all of the major ports. All ships ordered by the captain of the port have been ordered out to sea. Kolikoli Pass has been open since they've been alerted, and they have the resources available now. And the HTA has not received any calls yet, which is the Hawaii Tourism Authority, in case there's any displaced tourists who need some lodging or residences. On Kauai, we're urging all to avoid the Honolulu to allow people to evacuate, and the Kauai County Mayor is not closing the Wailua Bridge. On Oahu, Likelike townbound traffic has been opened. Kolikoli Bass has been open, like I said, in order to decompress.
All right, I want you all to. Could you guys see the map? So this is what I understand of the map, okay? And then I'll keep playing this guy over it. The red, God dang it. The red is a warning area. The orange is advisory, which is not as big as warning. And then watch is kind of like where the U.S. is, like right here. Like Shelly said, there's pretty not much to worry about. So we see but then the threat. The purple balloons are all the threats. And a lot of Latin America, a lot of it's a threat. Look. South America, Central America, not Mexico, but a lot of the Pacific Islands. Japan, right there. Why there though? It's probably what we're looking at here. See? Where is Japan? Japan is. I guess you would say Japan's in the northwestern Pacific Ocean, East Asia.
That's the leeward coast of this island, and the Nanakuli contraflow has been shut down. Maui, the state highways is staging vehicles and equipment throughout their island and county. From Molokai, Kalaupapa Airport personnel are ready to evacuate to the lighthouse. On the island of Hawaii or the Big Island, Hilo Airport, commercial operations have been suspended to facilitate the evacuations from Keaukaha. And like I said, all islands, the Coast Guard captain of the port has ordered all vessels to follow their procedures to leave port. As you hear the sirens that Governor Green has already articulated when they'll be sounding, we urge you to either tune to your news media, your broadcasters, or go to the readyhawaii.gov website for further information.
All right, guys.
That's all I have right now, subject
I
to
got some breaking news here. Are you guys ready? I got some breaking news. People on Maui, Hawaii, are trying to escape the tsunami, begging Oprah to open her private road to higher ground, and she's still refusing. I cannot confirm or deny this, but it's everywhere. Once again, Oprah, the Kamala Harris supporter, people in Maui are trying to escape the tsunami, are begging Oprah to open her private road to a higher ground, and she's still refusing to. Is this true? Because she's an billionaire like most communists, right? I don't know if this is this true? Oprah's road is marked in blue. Okay, this is Oprah's road is marked in blue. This is people stuck. Oprah's road is marked in blue. The only other route to a higher ground is the red route. Okay. It goes around. Open the road, Oprah. This is trending, but is it real? I'm sorry, it sounds so. No, it does matter who she supports because we see this behavior a lot on that. These billionaire rich Hollywood types. Okay, listen, I'm going to go on record right now. I do not believe this. That Oprah's blocking the road or Shazam. I do not believe it. Do you believe it? Let's see what people are saying. They're not talking to her. Here. Oprah's not on X or Twitter because Elon Musk has a right arm and he put it up during the convention. So I don't believe this because I don't believe people could be that bad. Oh my God! Reports Oprah Winfrey not opening her private road on Maui so people can get to higher ground. Open the road is trending. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I cannot. What the freak, man? Do you guys believe this? It can't be. No. All right, here it is. Did Oprah Winfrey refuse to open private road during Hawaii tsunami evacuation? Let's see. Oprah Winfrey is facing backlash over claims that she did not open her private road in Maui, Hawaii. Thousands of residents evacuated. Oprah is facing back. Fuck, did she do it or not? This article. However, Hindustan Times could not independently verify. Okay, they cannot verify if it's true or not. But people are still saying it, and it's hitting the news. It's everywhere. Oprah Winfrey allegedly criticized for allegedly blocking access to private road. It's all over the news. Press 1 if you think she's blocking it, or press 2 if you think that's BS. I think it's a chance it's BS, man. It was true for the fires? Yeah, I'm unsure, man, here.
Questions. Tell them what we've activated as far as air power just in case.
Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, I've been in contact with the Chief of the National Guard Bureau, who's a 4-star general. He also sits on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the rest of the National Guard is ready to respond and assist us if necessary. Currently, what we have is we have numerous helicopters that are here on the islands of Oahu, Hawaii, and Maui. So we have large cargo helicopters, and with the approval of Governor Green.
Again, what you're looking at on screen are people alleging Hustle Mitch. Is that his name? Who is this? Oh my God, this is getting worse. Planes are being reverted.
Doomsday fish.
Oh my God. What's going on? Did they just get cut off? Oh shit. Japan just went silent. Visa don't like this. What's going on? What happened? Watch this, folks. Watch this. Maybe they're done with the coverage. I don't know. Look. They're gone. Oh my God. Now they have a podium live. No access.
I've activated 2 medevac aircraft for the island of Oahu, although they can respond to other counties. They carry with them a search and rescue capability with an infrared radar system that can see throughout the night and look for heat signatures, a hoist, and an onboard medic to provide any kind of medical support as they get transported to a point of care. We also have on the Air National Guard side large aircraft. So the KC-135 is a tanker, but it can be mobilized to move stuff between the islands or from the mainland. And we also have KC-C-17s. Those are the larger ones, and you saw those put into place on New Year's Day or shortly after New Year's Day for those burn victims.
Folks, we're getting more news about this Oprah thing, and I don't know. Did you guys just get here? Hit that one. Allegedly, Oprah Winfrey, people are asking her to open the road so people get to higher ground, and she's refusing to. You know what? The reason it's a really bad look if this is true. It's a really bad look if this is true.
Be transported to Arizona. We would need to.
I'm sure some people are going to make up an excuse if it is true why it's okay, but it doesn't sound okay right now.
Contact Admiral Paparo at U.S. Indo-PACOM for the authority to operate those airframes. We also have 2 aircraft, two 860s in Hilo, and 1 more on Maui stationed at our armory at Punene. I've also ordered the activation of numerous troops and soldiers on all of the counties to provide a heavy vehicle capability, which is capable of doing either debris clearance or evacuation of personnel if the water gets too high. They're what we call high water vehicles. And we've also placed National Guard soldiers and airmen into all of the county EOCs for a near real-time response and to anticipate needs from the county mayors and also from the county EOC or emergency management administrators. So that's a purview of how we're.
People are right now yelling out on X, break open Oprah's road. It's life or death here. They're calling her an idiot. I don't know if I even believe this, though. It's just too much. She hasn't tweeted since 22. She doesn't give a crap about people. She's part of the New World Order. Oprah doesn't owe you shit. Here we go. You shouldn't have been poor in the first place. I voted for this. That person's got to be trolling. Oprah is evil. Yeah, I still don't know if this is true. Hit that 1 if you think it's true. Hit that 2 if you think it's fake.
Postured right now.
Mahalo, Tag and Governor. We'll do some media Q&A, and we'll just take one per media outlet who's present. Le'ui, I'd like to start with you.
Can you, once again, this is for either Governor or for yourself, General Logan, underscore the contingency plans for those areas like Hana, Ron, Kauai, those areas, those vulnerable areas that you mentioned earlier.
Dude, why is she allowed to buy private road though?
So we constantly exercise with the counties, and the county has a very robust plan. Specific to Maui, they are of course a multi-island county, but working with Mayor Bisson and his team, they have a response capability. Luckily for the National Guard, we're a community-based organization, and we're postured on all the major islands, so we can activate more soldiers and airmen as necessary to assist the county. DOT also has assets, the State Department of Transportation, to assist the county departments of transportation with either clearing those roads or conducting their own evacuations. Thank you for that question.
Dooring is a cyclist's
Yeah,
worst
people are
nightmare.
asking,
Being
like,
doored
all
is
right,
when a
dude,
car door
let's go over this,
unexpectedly
man.
opens in front of a cyclist, causing injury.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, just for coordination.
All right, check this out. Oprah's trending. I mean, this is already bad PR. Look at this. She's got to come out and say, hey, man, I'm not responsible. She's an evil person. So people have to go around here, and they're claiming that her road is just direct to high ground. Has Oprah opened her road up? It's only one person saying this, though. President call Oprah. They're asking Trump to call Oprah. I don't know, man. Do you believe this? Oh my God, Ann, thanks for becoming a new member. Folks, do me a favor. Hit the heart for Ann. Let's welcome her in. Anna, welcome you in. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a new member. There's a pinned comment with the PayPal as well if you guys want to support little old me. So I can bring more of this to you. Hit that. We got less than 30 minutes before the tsunami hits. So I think it's going to be televised.
Thinking about ways for the state to acquire that land so that we can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make it open spaces in perpetuity as a memorial to people who were lost. We want this to be something that we remember after the pain passes as a magic place. And Lahaina will rebuild. The tragedy right now is the loss of life. The buildings can be rebuilt over time. Even the banyan tree may survive.
Jennifer Marie, 23 months. Thank you. Why did the person calling out Oprah not highlight the military road that was open for faster evacuations? It's not an evacuation. It's to get to the high road. Now, that doesn't mean you're not right, but it looks like to me right here, this is the coast where the tsunami is going to hit. And let me get this out of here, by the way. And then the cars have to go this way, all the way around where the beach is again, and then the high ground, and then they could just go direct here. I mean, that's what they're trying to say. Again, I don't know if I'm even buying all this. I'm not sure if I'm buying all that about Oprah.
If your video isn't getting views, it might not be the
Where's the military road? You don't know where it's at? I don't know where it's at. You want to know where the military road is? Wing Zero, welcome in. Welcome in. Oprah's lost a lot of popularity since she started. She's been around since the 80s, and she was old back then, man.
Off the coast of Honolulu. And so remember, we brought you that news from the Hawaii Emergency Management Authority and Governor Josh Green there in Hawaii, saying that in about 30 minutes time, all sirens will sound there in Hawaii, and that the first wave of this tsunami, they're expecting wave impact in about a little under 2 hours at 7:10 p.m.
Be less.
local time. So Hawaii under
This is an old report. It's going to hit in about half an hour.
evacuation right now, sirens blaring there.
Should I stay on? Hit that one, hit the like. All right. Why the hell is Blake Lively? Something happened with Blake Lively? Hit that like, folks. If you want me to stay on, hit that one, hit that like. All right, we got some more.
Yeah, Roger.
Back.
We are stuck in 93% of our service right now is running late.
Wing Zero with
Most of
the
our
5
are not in a position where
gifted memberships.
we urge.
Yo, do me a favor, folks. Support for Wing Zero. Do me a favor. Let's put some hearts, some emojis. Dan, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much. 33 months. Wing Zero. Jennifer Marie, 23 months. Wing Zero with the 5 gifted memberships. Yo, thank you. Thumbs up, my brother. Anna with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. When you get a membership, it gives random people the membership. They can't pick, unfortunately, but thank you so much for the support today.
The families to try to, to take advantage and keep their loved ones away if they're in low-lying areas.
Any other questions? Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. What a nice comment.
Well, I know.
Here, Anne says, I was here before but I had some problems. Hopefully you're better now. Stepped on a bee. Do you remember me? Yeah, of course. My dog stepped on a bee. Anyways, I'm happy to be back again. Thank you so much. It's great to see people that come back. I know life sometimes, takes its course and you got other things happen and everything. But we're never going to forget my dog steps on a bee, right? And thank you so much for that super chat. And Emily, great coverage. Thank you very much. Flattery will get you everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere. Who stepped on a bee?
That they're doing a lot down in Waikiki if they're in hotels, and that each and every property I think has got their own.
No hunting for Wi-Fi, no hassling with local SIM.
Pay attention. This is real, and it's most serious. And if they happen to be watching, we don't have these events very often, but when we do, they're real and they're serious. So we just ask you to pay attention and do what you've been asked to do, and we're all going to hope for the best. All right, that we'll be back. Okay, we'll keep you posted. Anything that we hear that's definitive, that could be of importance in news.
All right, let me see if this will help. All right, hold on a second.
It was in total from peak to trough, okay, trough to peak, 6 feet. That means a 3-foot wave riding on the top of.
I'll be right back, folks. I'm going to grab some water.
Data we got just a few moments ago. We're tracking the wave at several different points. As I said, at Johnson Atoll, we had that wave at 3 feet amplitude. We will also be getting data from Wake Island, and the Aleutians are seeing some waves. And then finally, French Frigate Shoals at 6:33 p.m. We expect more data. Guam will see some waves at 6:57 p.m., but we are still expecting this significant wave. So everyone has to continue to be vigilant. There are a few other things that I need to report as to the evacuation that should be maintained absolutely beyond the waves hit on our island shores. We will only give the all clear when we feel there's total safety. We have begun coordination for additional people. The homeless coordination has been ongoing. We're making sure individuals without houses are notified of the tsunami warning and they're being removed from the areas. That coordination is going on all islands. We're working with service providers everywhere. I will say, once again, this is a very serious event. We have Black Hawks activated. We have high water vehicles ready to go. So we will be able to rescue people, but please do not put yourself in harm's way. Make sure you actually evacuate right now. We're going to have another update from everyone soon at 6:50. You'll hear one more alarm. Remember, at 6:40, that's 30 minutes out from when the first wave is expected to hit Kauai, and that will be the last alarm you'll have. But we will give constant updates. I'm going to turn it over now to General Logan.
Aloha and good evening. Thank you, Governor. So the Hawaii National Guard remains postured, as I described earlier. We've placed liaison officers into all the emergency management agencies within all the counties to create a near real-time response capability. We also have additional forces that have been activated. The governor touched on this, but we have high water vehicles, which are those with large tires, big engines that can do a variety of different mission sets, and we have soldiers that are already manning those. We also have additional aircraft placed into an alert capacity with crews that can do a variety of mission sets, which are medevac, search and rescue, and hoist operations to rescue folks and take them to a hospital care facility or a point of care. I want to reiterate something that Governor Green said is we're not out of the woods yet. We're collecting data as the wave or the energy passes through some of the other islands. We're in constant contact with all of our partners, either on the mainland or within here, our state of Hawaii, the greater part of the Department of Defense, and also transmitting data to our National Guard headquarters on the mainland. So I ask everybody to remain vigilant, take this seriously, and wait until you get the all clear signal, or we reduce the warning to a lower level from either your state or your county official government sources. Thank you very much.
Mahalo tag. Up next, Hawaii Emergency Management Agency Administrator James Barros.
All right, aloha. As we move this evacuation from those zones, we want to ensure that you're doing it safely and you're not panicking. You have time to get out of the inundation zone. The counties are working their sheltering plan and opening up tsunami assembly areas. So work with your counties, go to your county websites and see what shelters are being opened. The state is posturing that if needed, we can provide additional support post-impact at the shelters. I have opened the line of communication with FEMA. So we're on several calls so far. FEMA's postured to support the state at this time. Thank you.
Mahalo, Administrator Barros. Finally, we will bring up the Director of Business, Economic Development and Tourism, James Kunane Tokioka.
Mahalo. Aloha. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I will give an update on the visitor industry and what we're doing to the visitors that are here in Hawaii and informing them. I've been in contact with Jerry Gibson from the Hawaii Hotel Alliance and Jeff Wagner. We leaned on them during the Maui wildfire to help us, so we're leaning on them now. And the properties that are along the coastline are being asked to evacuate vertically, 4 floors and above. Some of the people have left the hotels, and the ones that have left the hotels to go to the airport, if they need a place to stay, when the airport is shut down, if it is shut down, then they should call the property that they came from to see if there is still availability at that property so they can go back there. I want to ensure that their friends and family on the mainland understand that there is a plan, and I think we need to give the governor and Administrator Barrows
Holy
and General
cow,
Logan,
folks, look at
big
this.
kudos, because there was.
As you listen to that, watch. I think I could do this. Watch this, folks. I need you to watch. Dude, is this real?
Nine earthquake, and it's nearly there. 8.7, 8.8 is what Susan had
People
also pointed
on
out.
top of those
The numbers
buildings.
are fluctuating at this point till we get an exact.
Look at the people.
Anything in that range.
They're standing on top of buildings in Japan. That's crazy, dude.
Mentioned earlier, already there is a report coming in, there are news coming in that tsunami has hit Russia's far east coast and it's flooding a port town which is home to about 2,000 people, as we mentioned earlier as well for all our viewers. We're just doing a quick understanding of the developments so far, and this is in Russia's far east, and the tsunami flooded parts of the port town of Severokurilsk, and the population has been evacuated. This is the latest that we know so far.
So it's a request to describe sort of the criteria for how we move down from a warning moving forward? Yep, correct. Okay.
The first part will be the actual progression of the wave. So at 6:50, which is about 17 minutes from now, we'll resume our next meeting. We're probably getting data almost as we speak from Wake Island, and then the French frigate shoals. That was expected in this moment. So they'll be giving us some extra wave data.
Shit's about to hit, man.
Tsunami warning and
I'm trying to see if there's a feed from Hawaii.
Than what we anticipate, then
All right, this is a good one right now, folks. They're having press conference.
Described to me, we can expect the wave to hit poles, and usually poles will go down. We expect significant debris. If we end up having a 3-foot or larger tsunami come through,
New Zealand's getting a
there are
warning
going to be significant amounts of debris that can damage these poles. They will be out in force immediately once they get the all clear. They will also have to wait for the all clear because we can't afford to lose anyone driving along the roads. And we also don't want to send the wrong message. Anyone could be confused by seeing, anyone other than General's team out there. You can expect everyone to stay off the road, but we will do search and rescue throughout.
TV4. Andrew had my question about the electric grid. So my question is, what specific criteria moving forward, whether it be seismic activity, are you guys looking at to lower the threshold of the tsunami warning and going down?
So it's a request to describe sort of the criteria for how we move down from a warning moving forward?
Yep, correct. Okay.
The first part will be the actual progression of the wave. So at 6:50, which is about 17 minutes from now, we'll resume our next meeting. We're probably getting data almost as we speak from Wake Island and then the French frigate shoals. That was expected in this moment. So they'll be giving us some extra wave data. But that first wave will hit around 7:10, and it could take as long as 30 minutes for the waves, it's my understanding, to hit other parts of the islands. So we'll be able to give kind of constant updates about where the waves are. As you can imagine, there are going to be people out there communicating on social media. Again, please just stay home. Let the waves ride out, let the energy dissipate, and then we'll be able to give people a full accounting of when the time is to stand up.
Yo, yeah, what Gunner Girl's right. Why are they swimming?
Again, I'll just reiterate that, we're going to leave it to the science, and the folks that are at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center are well versed and well experienced in all of these types of activities. They're gathering data, like the governor said, from some of the other land masses that have, and the buoys and the deep ocean sensors, and we're going to rely on them to advise us. I don't anticipate it to be immediate as the waves first start hitting the parts of our state.
What's up, Edward?
At 7-10 hours, so it may take several hours after that to see that amplification and see it dissipate. But rest assured that immediately upon learning that, we're going to put that information out through a variety of different media, to include the media that we have here today, so that people can try to get their lives and return to normalcy. Thank you.
I'll go to Daryl Huff, Hawaii News Now.
When you talk about a 3-foot wave, how does that compare to the ones that cause the grid damage?
Someone asked, man, why don't they ask about Oprah?
And also, how certain are you about it?
Oh my God.
What's the fastest way to fix a hairline?
Late night video, because right now Oprah, dude, apparently sucks, and everyone on the internet right now is hating on her. So hopefully by the time you guys watch this video, this will be all cleared up. But if not, this is some crazy stuff. So if you guys have kind of missed the news, which I kind of get it, I'm just kind of chronically online, but I'm about to go for a walk, so it's hopefully a little bit better. But right now, dude, there is a hurricane, not a hurricane, there's a tsunami going through like Japan, Hawaii, I think Russia right now. Like, it's a huge earthquake that happened, dude. People are trying to like evacuate. Like, I really truly hope everyone's like okay. I think there's even West Coast warnings. So if you guys are West Coast people, like, I think it's just a like watch. So you're hopefully okay. Fingers crossed, but like just be a little aware that tomorrow, like throughout the night maybe, and like kind of try to get updates, or maybe try to like go to sleep early and wake up early so you can kind of like adjust on the fly. Either way, please be careful. If you guys
I was a little.
But apparently, like in Hawaii, dude, like there's a huge like plot of private land, and apparently this is like the map. You know how like you can see like this is the ocean, and then you go in, like even here, you're technically moving in, like away from the ocean. And there's like huge traffic right now because everyone's scared. Like there's a tsunami. but apparently this is all Oprah's land. So like right now, Oprah's paid private road. Like this is her road. And, like, you know, people could literally just drive through it, like a whole other road, like whole area. Like it saved people's lives. But apparently it's all like just not there. Like she just owns a lot of land, and like everyone in Hawaii is like, bro, like, why is this not opened up? There's like pictures that's going breaking. Like everyone is getting upset because like, yeah, but like this is like, it's on grid rock. And this is like people's like lives. So Oprah's not vibing right now, dude. Like Oprah's not a vibe. I'm gonna keep it $150. Like, dude, if you're rich, like, and you do this type of stuff, you are not a good person. Like, this isn't cool. Like, dude, not cool. Like, bro. Anyway, stay safe, everyone. This is bad.
The threat outside this Tampa area home looks very real. A mass figure of
crap. I wish if you
Yo, guys,
could you
I'm doing
send
a late night video because right now Oprah, dude, apparently sucks. Now
like a so I can follow you. I can't read all these comments. There's 26.3 thousand people in here.
Guys, if it's use in a galaxy.
This is why.
I'm kidding.
If it's used in the most break your bank, just so we know.
Is his username his name though?
Why don't we just start calling out usernames?
Look at all these people. They're sharing coffee. You need my affordable? What the Sigma? Bro, my dad.
So should they be there? The tsunami's about to hit.
Bro, my dad started the yelling. Did you guys hear everybody yelling? My dad freaking started it. Hey, thank you so much for the hand tart. Ooh. Sexy lady. Sexy lady. Wait, this doesn't fit my phone. Oh. Can you get the one from the bed, please?
Someone just said ignore the hater, girl. And I am ignoring the hater. Ignoring the hater. Shout out to my friend Sam, who I think is watching this. I hope you hear me. Love you. Okay. You guys are the best. Thanks for reporting the bullying. Appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, this island's pretty cool. We're right in the middle of it, so we can see both sides, which is great. That right there is actually a volcano, Haleakala. And at the very tippy top, you can see...
All right, we have an update on the Oprah thing. Hold on.
This is Honey with...
Oh my God, hold on a second.
Yeah, hopefully all the chickens are okay, but...
All right, this is a Fox News alert. A massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Russia has now issued tsunami advisories and watches, including Japan, Hawaii, the entire west coast of the U.S. This could be one of the top 10 earthquakes ever recorded.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh, come on. Yes. That's not an update.
I keep thinking that those are waves, but I think it's just clouds, right? Or is it waves?
I think it is waves.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's clouds.
Yeah, there's a lot of BSing on the internet.
Yeah. Are those waves?
Here they come.
Guys, Russia is over 7,000 miles away.
Uh-huh.
And it takes 23 to 33 hours to get here by flight. Isn't that crazy how far it can travel the ocean? Like,
That's fast.
what?
That's really fast.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because the earthquake happened at like, I think it was like 1 p.m. our time.
Wow.
So it's 1/7. So like it took 6 hours to get here. That's crazy.
Yeah. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. All right.
That's what they...
Great. Are those waves?
Dive with Colby. You can catch us diving.
Dang.
Somebody else just said dang right as you said dang. Water is still running, so there's that. We're looking at the south side right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Do you want me to
What's up?
I don't know. They said it's hard to see. Should I don't oh. I don't know. I'll zoom out a little bit. That way it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's sunset time. No, we haven't always moved here. We've been here for 3 years or so. Okay.
Dang.
Rip Guam.
There's so many comments you can't even like. If I pause it to look at a comment, then look at how fast.
Yeah,
they
wow.
come.
You guys have a lot of questions. Yep, we're married. We actually met here in Maui, so pretty cool story. No need to be worried. We are all good. We're pretty high, so.
Yeah,
I just got a galaxy. Thanks for the galaxy, sir. The fires were actually on the other side of the island. We kind of live on a mountain range, and that on the other side of that mountain range is Lahaina, and that's where the fires were. But back when the fires hit, there was also fires in Upcountry and in Kihei, so we could see some of the fires, but
a live feed of Hawaii.
not the actual Lahaina fires that burned down Lahaina town. So that was really sad and very tragic for sure. First wave is going to hit from supposedly around 7:10, so we're about 11 minutes away from that.
11 minutes,
Yeah,
folks. Are you ready?
Not originally from Maui, but we're both from the East Coast, so we got a lot of East Coasters over here hanging out in the safe zone. I think it's supposed to hit both sides. It's pretty. I think it's going to kind of wrap around the whole island, so we'll see.
Oh, shit.
We're not in Kula. We're actually on the other side of the island.
Hey, the wave's going to hit now, folks.
Kula is across from us. We're at about 10,000 feet, so pretty good. Whoa, what's that? Thanks for the dinosaur.
Dang.
That's cool. These are fun.
Oh no.
View the south side for sure. Let's take a peek. Sorry, I'm moving around. Somebody wanted to see the south side, so we're just giving a little shot of the south side. I don't see the water receding, but I do see little waves. We do have binoculars, so.
Yeah, where are those?
Sorry. I think I'm moving a lot. Zoom in, please. Okay. This is as far as I can zoom in. Oh, good idea.
So the earthquake in Russia
Here we
is
are.
8.8.
South
It's
side.
the sixth strongest
of the island.
earthquake ever recorded on Earth.
Kihei side, Wailea side. Lower the camera? You're just going to see the yard if I lower the camera, which, I mean, that's cool too, but. Landscape mode. You got it. Good idea. Traffic's still pretty crazy, so.
Decided to crack a free wave in honor of this.
It's non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Oopsie, we're looking at the clouds.
Oh, you turned it sideways?
Yeah, someone asked for landscape view,
Oh.
so I'm, giving the landscape view for a little bit. Molokini, great question. You can actually see Molokini right there. That little tiny dot right there. That is Molokini. It's a little crater. People like to go snorkeling there. You have to take a boat to get out there, and it's pretty cute. But I'm going to zoom out a little bit so the quality is a little bit better, and then we're going to come back to the north side. This isn't Oahu, this is Maui. Vertical, please. We're going back to vertical.
Should we try to use the binoculars on the camera?
Sure.
Okay.
We're going to try to give you a bino view.
Sure.
You
Can I
wanna hold
set
it?
it on the... Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's the runway.
Oh shit, that's a good view.
Oh,
Right
there's the
there.
beach. There's the beach. Dang. Yo, is the water receding? Look at that. Look at how it looks like it's like... See all the white? Is that receding water?
Dude, the
It might
water's
be
gonna
actually. That
recede
actually
and then-
might be receding water.
And then come in stronger.
What? Yo, that might be. let me zoom in a little bit more and see how far we can zoom in.
It's
with
about to
that.
hit the fan, bro. Are you guys worried? Who's worried?
There we go. Oh, super zoom. Yo, is that water receding? Doesn't it kind of look like it, right?
I got your links, Michelle. Thank you.
Let's show you the
I'm
airport.
trying to get it to work.
There's the runway. Dang, guys, the tsunami's coming in 10 minutes.
Dude, the water's receding, bro.
Oh my goodness.
The water. Are you guys watching this? It's about to hit.
That's crazy.
Hit that one if
I
you're
don't know,
nervous.
It kind of looks like it might be receding, actually.
The live beach cams are yeah, I
don't know.
They're crashing.
Is it receding on the left side?
Yeah, it is, dude. You know what? Right before this is what happens before Godzilla comes.
Is it? Do you want to use the binoculars? It kind of looks like it's all like sand over there, doesn't it? Like just to the left of the runway?
Hasn't this guy seen Godzilla movies?
That's
This is what happens.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Wrangler. Thank you, Linda. 13.5 thousand people watching. Tsunami's supposed to hit in 10 minutes, guys.
2, 1. Welcome back to a Disaster Central special.
We're in Hawaii. Linda, thank you for the hanging lights. Thank you for the
It's
roses.
like a movie. Like, I
baby.
feel like these kids are in danger.
It only recedes 2 to 3 minutes before. Oh, okay. So it should recede in like 5 minutes then. Thank you, Liz, for the club power. Thank you, Rob, for the lightning. Thank you, Miss Marcy. Thank you, Liz.
Yo, hit
Again.
that
Thank you,
like,
Liz. You've been donating. Liz, you've been watching for a long time. Thank you very much. We got 15,000 people watching right now.
Yeah, I got 15. I love it.
Dang, guys.
This is some guys.
People are saying put the binoculars on. Let me see if I can put the binoculars on the south side.
Michelle, I'm trying to get.
Thanks.
Hey, everybody, hearts for Michelle. She's trying to give us a better view. But
Thanks.
oh,
Dang, these are great.
Oh wow, dude, that's great.
look at this.
Super zoom. Thank you for the corgi. Guys, look at that super zoom. Oh. That's Kihei over there. Dang.
I got renter's insurance.
Yo. I don't have renter's insurance.
I put another.
Dang, guys, this is crazy. Let's look back at the left-hand side.
Oh,
The
he
worst
got cut off.
is they canceled all the flights, so. Oh, great. Okay, guys, I'm trying really hard to get it set up here. I apologize for all the movement. There's a cat? Oh, guys, we got another cat.
Oh, they're.
Meow meow.
Is that them or they're being taken off?
We should just do this every afternoon. Meow meow.
Come on, dude.
Oh, that looks so cute.
Save the cat.
That's my favorite.
She's sending me.
Dang, guys. Someone said I love
This
your
company
fig
is
tree.
going
Thank
viral
you.
for its.
Yeah, they're gonna be ready soon.
Waves are incoming in 2
Oh,
minutes.
Mike. Thanks for the panther. Dang. 14,000 people watching. For those of you just tuning in, we're in Maui, Hawaii, and we are about 10 minutes out from the first tsunami wave hitting
along
us.
the coastline, along the rivers, and along anywhere there is water. So taking a closer look at the readings from tonight. So 3 to 4 meters, that translates to 10 to 13 feet was observed along the Russian coast. We did see in Japan about 1.3 feet. It was up to 3 meters was the forecast. Over in Hawaii, initially we're forecasting 1 to 3. With that Johnson Atoll reading at 3 feet, we could see that energy coming our way around that marker, but it could be even higher, like we're talking about Hilo and the shape of the bay that could pile up water even more. So that's a big concern after the 7 o'clock hour, and Guam ran anywhere from 1 to 3 meters, which translates to 3 to 10 feet. So historically speaking, we've seen a number of tsunamis like we've been talking about throughout the evening. Over 160 since 1812, the origin, Alaska,
His hands are
Chile,
shaky.
Japan,
Sorry.
and Russia. And it can cause a huge surge of energy traveling across the ocean. And like we're talking about this evening, the power of water is incredible. And you can see the history is there, tells a big story. With 1960, magnitude 9.5 arrived 15 hours later, up to 35 feet. In 2010, magnitude 8.1 or 8.8, we did see 3 feet. So the direction of the wave does play a big role in that. And then Japan quake 9.1, 6 to 7 feet with the property energy. So we're watching the buoy readings very carefully. And the latest information, let's send it back to Mark and Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you very much,
To
Jen.
Mark
We are
and
now
Stephanie.
at thank you very much,
7:10,
Jen.
which is
Exactly when the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center predicted that we would see the first arrival of the tsunami waves generated by that powerful earthquake in Russia. And as we're looking here, Drew and Ben, what are you noticing?
Way off in the distance. We're talking about way off in the distance there, right around the middle of your screen, right at that point. It looks like there is something happening there as far as like ocean activity. You see some white caps that are slowly spreading across the bay. We haven't seen something that often occurs with tsunamis, and that is the pullout of the water. Usually there'll be an area or, places like Hanalei, the water will recede a lot, and then the tsunami will come back in. But I'm not sure exactly if that way off in the distance there is actually something at the moment. On the right side of your screen, right where the sunbeam is, there's a little bit of current activity. So you can see there are some currents that are occurring as some of the water starts to flow out. But as far as the actual wave action, Drew and I have been looking at this, and we just see something that appeared off in the distance right at the edge of that point, where you can see some what looks like white caps. I don't know if that could be like something that is basically artifacts off the camera or whatnot. But one thing I'm also looking at very closely is the actual water line, the shoreline there. Not seeing anything. And again, And 7:10 was the estimated time of arrival. So that's, again, as it indicates, it's an estimate. It can be faster, it can be longer. You know, it just kind of depends on what this had to travel through, and also the kind of earthquake that it was, because then it depends on how quickly it was pushed over. But no doubt, it does travel very quickly in the ocean. You know, there's nothing there to basically hold it back. So we're looking again, speed of a jetliner. But at the moment, that area of white really hasn't moved an awful lot. So we're not quite sure exactly what is.
Thank you, everybody.
We're not quite sure exactly what is going to be happening, if the tsunami, the first wave, is going to be late. But again, you can see some streaks on the ocean. Those.
I'm monitoring a couple of feeds. If something hits, I will definitely put it up. So
Those are like rip currents that have developed, and
definitely the tsunami is going to be playing into strong currents. We're watching the water at least start to move in a little bit. Like you said, over near the sunbeam reflecting off of the water there, you can see the direction of the water flowing into the bay. Again, it was 7:10. This is the best prediction for the arrival of the wave. Much like weather models, it's very hard to simulate the entirety of the ocean. So that was the best prediction given by the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. And again, we're going to keep watching this. If it is delayed out here for Kauai, that also means that it will be delayed as we're going further down the island chain. Again, it does seem like we are seeing some waves moving in. Again, this is a very active scene where we're trying to watch exactly what's happening.
That's right. And, you know, I mean, taking us back now to 2007, Ben, I don't know if you remember, but the 9.1 magnitude quake in Japan, it was a very powerful earthquake.
Lori, thanks for the gifted membership.
A tsunami wave as well. And you could definitely, when you do see it on camera, you can definitely tell that is the tsunami wave. You talk about the receding of the water, and I remember vividly watching Hilo Bay, and you will definitely see that big difference there. As far as right now, though, again, we are just monitoring and looking at the shoreline for any changes there. And again, once again, off in the distance, that sunbeam that you were pointing to, you're also noticing some subtle differences and changes in the water there. No major recession of the water yet, which is a telltale sign that the tsunami wave has arrived.
Sunset is expected at 7:12, so we've still got some daylight. We're just past that. And thank goodness that we still have that light out there to really give us a clearer sense of what is happening. We're going to be staying on this cam at Hanalei right now. This is a live stream overlooking Hanalei Bay with the expected arrival of the first activity of the tsunami generated by the 8.8 quake. We're looking at this. Our first alert weather team is monitoring this shot very closely. Literally an unfolding situation as we're watching the water and kind of paying close attention to what we're seeing here with the conditions.
And again, the water here has to wrap around, since Hanalei Bay is on the northern portions of the island. It's coming from the west and northwest. Russia is off to the northwest of the island chain. We've been showing that map of just completely open water. So we have to see a little bit of a wraparound. First, it hits the Nepali coast and then starts to move into Hanalei Bay, move down the western and leeward coast of Kauai. So we are going to continue to see how this evolves.
And Drew and Ben, talk about the impact of, I know this earthquake, 8.8 earthquake off the eastern coast of Russia, had the depth of 46 miles down. Now, talk about how that plays a role in the strength and power of wave.
Well, usually the deeper an earthquake is centered, the less likely it will cause an earthquake. It will cause a tsunami, rather. However, it kind of depends.
A man who works
the type
hard.
Of earthquakes. You had explained earlier, if it's a slip, not too bad. If it is a thrust earthquake that goes straight up and that pushes a whole column of water up, that's one of the things that we were seeing in the Thailand earthquake, the devastating, I believe it was 2006 earthquake. Might have
I want to thank Michelle for this
on the
feed.
date there, but the
Michelle
one
just gave us this
devastated
feed.
so many
Thank you
places
so
like
much, Michelle.
Indonesia and on
Michelle, right
Christmas
there,
Eve
give
of
her
that
some
year.
heart.
Right now, Honolulu not really showing anything, but then again,
Are there people
710 was an
swimming?
estimated arrival. There was a wave that was recorded, according to Haima officials, at the buoy at Midway Atoll. So depending on how things are going, we could be seeing a delayed arrival. But then again, remember,
And it
it is
just
not
hit
just the first one.
7:17, which is
Yeah.
when we were expecting the first waves to arrive on Oahu. If we can now switch over to, this is a live look at Honolulu Harbor, where earlier we were also monitoring quite a few reports that boaters, a number of them, and fishing boats were heeding the warning. And we also saw them head out to sea, staying away from the channels, going in water at a depth of 300 feet or greater. And you can see it looks like the harbor is all clear. Even got word that the Coast Guard cutter ship also left the harbor right now. As we take a look at Honolulu Harbor,
Check this
717,
out.
again, the estimated arrival of the first waves.
It's coming.
Yeah, and the ability for these vessels to evacuate is one of the silver linings of an event like this, because you had a 6-hour notice, for the boaters to head out to the open ocean, for residents and visitors to head to different evacuation sites right now. So we're keeping a very close eye. Live look at Honolulu Harbor. It's 7:18 right now, 8 minutes after the first wave was expected, and the epicenter, so to speak. When something like this, the first area of focus is Hanalei Bay on Kauai. We still have some daylight out right now to keep a close eye on this. Now, Drew and Ben and Jen as well. As we're looking at these images here, what should our viewers be paying attention to in regards to the water movement and activity?
Sorry, before you guys answer, can we switch over now to this live look at Waikiki, where we might be able to detect more changes in the water here? You can definitely
shit,
see
the
a
water
clear
is
view
getting
of
bigger.
Coastline, and definitely empty there. Earlier shots, right, Mark, when you guys began the coverage right after the tsunami warning, the beaches were crowded. You can see that is not the case. Mayor Rick Langiardi said, if you're anywhere near the coastline, get out.
And I think it's important to note just generally the ocean conditions right now. We do have a small craft advisory. We have strong trade winds. We also have a rising swell on south-facing shores and east-facing shores. We're seeing wave heights expected today at 3 to 5. And this is wave heights alone, waves that you surf, not the tsunami itself. East-facing shores at 2 to 4. So you could kind of see in some of these shots, there does seem to be some disruption, some rip currents that are happening, strong currents that are happening. So very interesting as we look at these live shots. Since it's not, it's traveled so many miles to get here so far with the epicenter just off the coast of Russia and giving us that 6-hour window to get here, we are likely going to be seeing on a smaller scale of a tsunami, but still a lot of energy. But it's really hard to predict how the wave direction is going to be impacting some of the spots. But like we're talking about, the shape of Hilo Bay itself historically has caused damage in the past, especially for boats and even along the coastal harbors there. So this is something we're going to have to wait and watch throughout the next couple of hours. The initial wave could be small, but then build up throughout the next couple of hours.
One thing that I'm noticing when we have had tsunamis in the past, when we have shown
Holy
the shot,
cow,
this live shot of
Japan?
Coconut
Is this
Island,
Japan?
usually
Is this
that
real?
little channel between the island and the main part of Hawaii Island, you can see a current that is going in and out.
Supposedly
We haven't seen
Japan.
that yet in Hilo, obviously. Right now, here's another live look at Hanalei Bay. And whatever was happening off in the distance might have been a camera artifact. Haven't seen it off in the distance anymore, off at the point. But we are still seeing some currents that that still indicates some sort of activity. The shoreline right now, the water has not receded, but there is, again, as Jen mentioned, the possibility that maybe the first wave, not so big, but again, it's a series of waves. We had in 2011, huge waves start coming in and impacting the Kailua Kona area this causing major damage to the shops on Ali'i Drive. And that was like 4 or 5 hours after the initial waves had hit Oahu. And so we're not in the clear yet. It's not a single wave.
That's true. It's not always the first wave that might be the most dangerous, and it is a series of waves. That's a great reminder, Ben. And now we want to turn things over to our reporter, Mahealani Richardson.
Yeah, we had mentioned the vessels leaving harbor areas, heading out into the open ocean. We have great video of some of the vessels leaving the ports. Let's send it over to Mahale with.
Real quick, thank you very much for that support. And Anna, you can see the rip tides. That's bad. Never stand in them. They will pull you in. I've been in them. Small ones. So thank you very much for that support. Parts for you. Once again, if you want to support the channel, you could do so with a super chat, super sticker, become a member. We also have a PayPal link. Mods, could you please share the PayPal link? There's one. The PayPal link is pinned to the comments on top and everything. We got, look at that.
Some of the images you've captured. Hey, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Steph. And of course, if you need to interrupt me at any moment, because we're all keeping an eye on our ports, but I wanted to show you this video that our Casey Lund was shooting from a Kaka'ako high rise. And it was amazing to see all of the ships evacuating. Now, this is because at about 6:47 this evening, the U.S. Coast Guard ordered the evacuation of all commercial vessels from all commercial harbors in the entire state. So you can see the Coast Guard there was also moving. Several boaters were getting out of the way. I called a boating friend, and he had already got.
Let me put this for you guys. Let me. What happened to that? Astrid, thank you. Hope everything is safe. Hope everyone is safe in Hawaii and Japan. 100%. 27 months. That's amazing. Waves are starting to hit. Don't tell me people are cheering at the waves. Hold on.
Yeah, for real. Okay, everybody. Add a keyword. No.
Yeah, no shot.
Okay, guys. I don't. Sure. Should I go back to the? Oh, people are asking to see the other side. Okay. Save the cat, please. I don't think it's hit us yet, guys. I think those white caps was the water receding. Oh no! People want the girl. Oh my gosh! Great. People are going back to the. It didn't take long for people to start saying bad stuff again. I can.
Any entertainment to this nonsense.
Set some mods. I don't know who to trust. I need someone to trust.
Folks, let's get up to 200 likes, folks. We're almost there.
All right, comment if I can trust you to be.
Emily, thank you. Thank you so much for that gifted membership. Hug for Emily. Thank you, Emily.
Okay, I'm trusting this person. Let me go back to the binoculars. Okay, how do I make them a moderator? Let's see. Okay, probably.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. But if you just click my name, it should let you do it.
Oh, snap. Add mod.
Come on, yo.
Good evening. How are people not sub commenting? I think it's only Trevor, and it's because he's a mod. Estrella, thank you for the DJ glasses.
There we go. The waves are getting a little wilder.
The gallery. Thank you.
Might not be that big, but again, even if it's not that big, there's still
Echo. Yeah, Echo. With our next one, with only like 300 people in it, we're gonna try to beat 3 million. Okay. What did the say? It's
is that midway?
it's still like shooting the comments.
Let's look it up. Let's see if I can look it up.
We do want to take a look at one of the reasons, of course, why we were watching Midway at home so closely is because, it was kind of the first warning when we get a tsunami coming from the west or northwest like this. Let's actually take a look at some of the observed water levels. If we can bring up graph 12 or
I'm getting bombarded with like voices here. Let me see.
this is over.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Like the last 24 hours. The blue line, that's the actual prediction for where the water level is going to be. The water level is in red, and you can see as we're going into today, as the tsunami wave is passing.
This one's good footage. Thank you, Jennifer, for everything. All right. I don't know, man. I don't think I don't think this is going to hit as hard as people think. What's crazy is that they're still saying Oprah is not allowing people through her road. People are still on that. People are still saying that Oprah isn't allowing people through her road. What are your thoughts on that, folks? Is it real or no? I don't think this is gonna be like the Diddy case, man, where everybody wanted to hear that celebrities mentioned and none of them did, okay? Yeah, people are still talking shit about Oprah. They're saying she's responsible for not letting people go through the road. The water is getting kind of aggressive, right? All right, I'm gonna get out of here, folks. I don't see this thing. If it gets worse, I will come back in there. I will come back. But everything looks kind of calm. Here's Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh, do me a favor, folks. I need a favor. I'm dropping a link to the video I made that no one got notified for. Head over there right now and leave a comment. Watch the video. Dropping the link in the comments. Everybody head over there. I'm spamming. Amor, head over there. Michelle, please head over there. Visibri, head over there. Anne, please head over there, even if you've seen it already. Hit the like. I'll be over there. I'm going to be watching, making sure you went over there. I want all 100 people to head over there right now, dropping the link in the comments. All right, leave a message over there. Leave a post. Bye-bye.